Hello, and welcome back to Belmont Bunch. Today, dissecting Game 3, a 2-1 overtime loss, and a 2-1 series lead for the Bruins. So, let's get into it. I have something in my eye. Good start. Anyway, I missed the whole first period, but luckily not any of the second or the third or overtime. So, the only thing I could speak to in the first period that I have seen, I've gone back and I've watched the goal, and it's a good look for the Bruins because Matt Barzal's coming up ice. Taylor Hall gets back on the back check, steals it after a stick lift, gets it back up ice. They get on a nice rush, and I guess the only thing that you can really say is maybe the spacing a little bit off for the Islanders in their own D zone. I don't think this is on Varley. I know it's savable, but it's not the clunker that people are kind of making it out to be. I think it's a little bit Jarry-esque because it's on the glove hand and it is stoppable. But at the same time, too much room given to Craig Smith, the shooter. Jordan Eberle dropped a little bit too low. And gave too much time for Craig Smith. It's a great pass from Hull after he did the work of getting the puck back for them. And all in all, the second line for the Bruins is a problem, which is not fun because the first line for the Bruins has been a problem. In this game, it wasn't for 99% of it. So the Isles are down 1-0 after one. They play a good first half of the second, roughly first half. And then the Bruins play a really good second half of the second. Both teams trade chances. Varley has some big saves. It starts to get to the point where in the back half of the period, Varley's having to keep them alive, the Islanders. And at one point, I believe the shots were like 15-9 Islanders. And then, blink of an eye, the shots are like 30-20 into the third, that is. Not going in, like in the third period at one point. So I think the Bruins at one point took 20 of the last 22 shots in the game. That's not great. And the Islanders were struggling to get things going. The Bruins continuing to push the pace in the third period up a goal. And the Islanders, getting bogged down to their own zone and then not being able to exit because they're so tired, so they just have to dump it. It's a war of attrition. And this game was a heavy game, lots of hits. It's big boy hockey, like I said, I think in the first game recap. But the Islanders are able to find a way to score, and it's Matt Barzal, first of the playoffs, and it's not in his typical way. Usually it's a dangle and a rip or a backhand top corner. No, this time he got into a dirty area, and it's a little bit fortunate because, the Bruins, I think it was Connor Clifton, who I said I really like in it. Think he's a good defenseman. He misjudges a play off the backboards. Barzal with the speed is able to get around the post for a wraparound. Rask, to his credit, and Rask was phenomenal in this game. He was unbelievable. The fact that it took, a play where he didn't see the puck for like 75% of the play for the puck to go in says how good Tuukka Rask was. Wrap around, doesn't get it on the first go, doesn't get it on the second go, third go, whacks at it, gets it to go. Good for Barzal, huge for Barzal. And he's rewarding Barry Trotz for continuing to deploy him when he's really struggled in these playoffs. Anyway, so it's 1-1. The Islanders get a late power play. It's one of those where I think the retaliation play got called because Palmieri, I believe, tripped. It might have been Corrali. And then Corrali responds with a cross-check, and it's just a matter of Corrali doing something that's right out of... Like, referees in the playoffs are fickle. Trippings are very, very sporadic. And cross-checks, because there's such an obvious movement, are going to get called. And so the Islanders get a power play. They don't convert. They get some chances. Also, I should mention in the third period, Beauvillier had an empty net to shoot at, and he decided to just slide it for a net front pass. Yeah, That wasn't fun. Anyway, so we go to OT. The Islanders dominate the first 4 minutes of OT, much like they did in Game 2's overtime. But this time, Tuukka Rask is up to the challenge, and going the other way on a seemingly harmless counterattack, Brad Marchand roofs one from the end boards while double covered. I have seen people just take the screenshot of where the puck ends, and it does end exactly where the crossbar meets the post, top corner. So, yeah, if you only looked at that, oh, that's super impressive. And it's still a good, it's a good play by Marchand to get the puck to the one spot that it could go in. But this is all on Varley. Not the game. This shot is all on Varley. The reason that screenshot exists and you can't see Varley in any of it, is because he's off his line. And he's off his angle. He's way off. And it hurts because, now you have to walk that line of saying, he was excellent. And there were parts of the game, he was the only reason the Islanders were still in it. In the third period, makes a ridiculous one-time shot stop on Krejci. And then a few minutes later, he makes a one-on-one stop on Ritchie. So, realistically, he's one of the only things that got you to the point you're at. He's the primary reason they were still in it. And then he gives up a softie to lose it. And that is tough. I do think it's a little bit too quick for fans to be like, Sorokin. I think Varley played an excellent game overall. Now, for the people defending Varley, it does wipe away a lot of that. Like, I saw somebody say, well, the result is what it is. No, the result matters a lot. You need to win. That was a big game, because if you win that game, you mount the pressure on the Bruins. This is one of those turning point games. And now the Islanders have to win Game 4, because against the Bruins, it's not a team that's going to give up a 3-1 lead, I don't think. So, all the pressure on the Islanders for Game 4. I would start Varley. I would have a quick hook. If he gives up a softie early, he's gone. You have to play the next game like it's an elimination game in a way. So, yeah, that's what I've got. The lines, let's talk about the fact that the Islanders only get one goal. But they did create a lot of chances. It was just a finishing thing, which, has been a recurring issue. Beauvillier has to shoot that. A little bit surprised there, because Beauvillier in the playoffs is usually cash money. But anyway, Craig Smith, please stop. And that is the recap for Game 3. We'll see you back for Game 4. I'm going to be at a bar con mis amigos for that. What? Say things in Spanish. It'll sound cool. I'll see you then. I'll see you after that. Maybe new location, since we'll probably film it outside right after it. All right. Good video, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.